Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We got Disney Plus censored Falcon episode, man. Accident or intentional. Full report, man. I saw it while I was scrolling down Twitter. They did two scenes on Falcon Winter Soldier. They just basically erased the blood for both scenes. I think, one scene will erase the blood and one scene about some metal shit. Like bounced off, now you don't see it no more. Some type of shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I don't want to erase the blood scene. But then again, it's Disney. Disney probably told Marvel, hey man, you gotta woo type shit. You know what I mean? So, but now they got the rated R shit. They should never did that. If they getting rated R movies now, you know what I mean, or shows and shit. So I don't know about that. But we're gonna find out in this video, man, what's really going on type shit. But yeah, you know, if you didn't see it, man, just scroll down on Twitter, you know, or type it up, censor, you know, episodes. It's right there. So if you do see Falcon and Winter Soldier, just know that scene that we used to see way back in last year, you won't see it again because they removed it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So if you didn't see it yet, I don't know why though, but if you didn't see it, you will not see blood no more or some other shit that got in that motherfucker. So hey, leave a like on my channel and yeah, let's get it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. First of all, to everyone who stopped by the watch party last night, thanks so much for coming by, and it was great to see some of you after so long. Reminder, we
10 out of 10, no cap.
Do a live watch party here at the channel if you want to follow along. And again, if you did come by, and to a lot of you I haven't seen in, wow, like a quarter of a year, it was awesome to see you guys. I can't wait to watch the rest of the season. Some of you have been asking about what's going on here at the channel, and I just want to say completely forthcoming that I myself am trying to pull Moon Knight and pull a double life and record a ton of music and get a record out by fall. And it has been such a time sink, so much more than I thought I would have to commit. And so while this isn't any excuses or an apology here at the channel, I know that I've been taking more days off than I normally do, and we're going to be back to 2 days here as I finally wrapped on a large part of the early recording. That being said, I will have a Moon Knight episode 1 theory video coming out either later tonight or tomorrow, and it's a major one as it pertains to Thor Love and Thunder, maybe even a theory as to why we don't have a trailer yet. In the meantime, we've got to talk about the story evolving quite a bit over the last 24 hours as it pertains to Disney Plus censoring an already published episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier in a major way, and the day before they dropped what's maybe the most violent episode ever, Moon Knight episode 1, on the channel. It's extremely bizarre, but we have an up.
And it showed blood. It was a lot of blood on his hand on Moon Knight. So I don't know why they censored it if you got blood on this motherfucking show. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what Disney doing. I mean, then again, it's Disney, not Marvel's. Marvel's, yeah, they the ones that run the motherfucker. But you in Disney Plus platform, you know what I mean? So, but they just gotta find a way to have their own platform. I think what they do, they got a star on their own Disney Plus platform, but they gotta have their own section like they supposed to do. You know what I mean? And just have every you feel rated R shit or whatever. Well, even though this PG-13, but you know what I'm trying to say, like people that so they keep all that blood and all that other shit and not censor it, you know what I mean?
Update now, I want to go over it because I'm sure some of you were wondering why they did this. They do have a history of altering scenes after they've been published. That's something.
Yeah, they did. This ain't the first time they did with the other scenes too. This ain't the first time. A lot of people just seeing it now, but I've been seeing it. Like they've been doing deletes and all the other shit with all the other shows they did. So yeah,
and they've done.
But I ain't surprised.
That's not the case here. We'll talk about where this is coming from, who's saying it, why we can trust him, and his update about what actually happened over on Disney Plus. But first, if you could grab that subscribe button to keep up with our daily Marvel content and be entered to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. I also want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, that's Street Level Hero, SLHLA.com. You guys have been asking for years now where I get all the comics and stuff in my collection. They are my go-to for exclusive variant comics. In fact, they have exclusive variant comics and new releases every Tuesday and Thursday, and you can only get those variants there. So save 10% every time you shop there by using the code EverythingAlways. Okay, so this story broke yesterday by thedirect.com. They've been on the scene for a couple of years now. They are great when it comes to reporting the sort of industry insider news. They credited a Reddit user named Moon and Moulin for noticing that Disney had actually changed certain scenes in an episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and almost a year after it's been published. As you can see here from the photos they presented, the original
whole year, and they like now, oh yeah, we gotta do something with this scene though. after a whole year though. So if you didn't watch it for some reason you didn't, then it's changed now. So yeah, so you might have to look at some other videos to you know what I mean, to watch, because yeah, they changed the motherfucker.
Seems a lot more violent and visceral, the same way John Walker killing that guy with the shield had blood, the way the...
Just a few questions.
I can save you some time. I've had over 30,000 drinks. I don't really...
series intended. What he posted now was just him laying in the same place, but with his eyes closed, so a lot less violent. And now in the second shot, you can clearly see here the javelin that's in the original is effects. You can see it in the frame, but in this new version, that javelin doesn't hit the shoulder. That's not any more violent than anything else we saw in that series. The reason has now been brought to the attention of the world via the Twitter of the senior writer over at The Hollywood Reporter, who, while not making this an official report at his editorial, came out and said that those are changes, but apparently, according to his sources, this was a software control issue, which maybe one of you knows exactly what that means and can leave it in the comments, and that this recently published the wrong version of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, so doing diligence as I did, when I started this video...
So they saying it's the wrong version of the Winter Falcon Soldier? So they give us the wrong version? Or the right version. They said the wrong version. So we got two versions: the clean version and the radar version.
Which was about an hour and a half ago, and at the point of now editing it in its final form and about to bounce it, I have checked Disney Plus twice. There's been no official word from Marvel, and right now the edited scenes are still published on Disney Plus, but this senior editor also seemed to imply that they were going to change it back. Marvel Studios has in the past, in both conjunction with Sony now on Spider-Man No Way Home, but also on Disney Plus with what happened with the Scarlet Witch post-credit scene, they've gone in after the fact and changed special effects, updated things because they didn't like the way they looked, or maybe for reasons beyond what we know right now, making sure that certain details were in place for upcoming scenes in Multiverse of Madness. With Andrew Garfield, they simply updated his CGI to look much better. Now, in lieu of not having an official word from Marvel and the fact that they haven't updated it, I want to point something out. It is just these scenes that are changed. The rest of the picture lock on this episode seems to be exactly the same. Without a source for me to compare it to, it seems that nothing else has changed, and the fact that this one Redditor noticed just these two scenes and not anything else pretty much confirms it's just those scenes. In the common sense of editing video, if you've ever done that sort of thing, when something's picture locked, it would be odd for software to edit out two specific scenes. So in case they do not get reverted and Marvel Studios does not have an official word, my theory standing, if they leave it this way, if this is an intended change and they're meaning to do this on purpose, is that they simply, with their most recent parental update controls, would want Falcon and the Winter Soldier to squarely land on the side of being friendly, and maybe it was just this one scene, eyes open, blood everywhere after he's been shot point blank, that was just a little too violent. The one with the javelin, I have no idea. That's just my pervading theory. In case somehow this industry insider is wrong, there's no official comment and they leave it this way, and this is an intended change. Maybe they just needed to clean those two scenes up for whatever reason. You guys have asked me about my opinion on this, about them changing CGI after something's released, and I've had the same stance on this since the beginning. If it's in close proximity to when something comes out, and if it's in an effort to make CGI better, I'm for it. To be totally honest, I wouldn't have a problem if somebody went back and changed the CGI now on that final Black Panther scene when Killmonger and Black Panther fight each other. I love that movie, but the CGI in that final battle in the third act is absolutely regrettable, and we have the technology money. That's a classic. Go back in there and fix that. Please, Disney, you have unlimited money. It would be a great upgrade, but just holding towards the same idea and keeping it constant, I don't want people to do that. George Lucas set a really bad precedent, changing classics after decades. Once your art is out there, speaking from an artist's point of view, you need to just leave it. We probably will not get an official word.
They should have left it. Now they're going to be like, oh, well, where the blood at?
For Marvel, if this is a mistake, they will simply change it back as the senior editor at Hollywood Reporter has said, no harm, no foul. If they do leave it this way, guys, I think it's because they want to make sure wherever the violence line was for them in the parental controls, it stays on the completely family friendly. I know I just set my pin if you're wondering what I'm talking about. They added the Netflix shows that are super violent, like The Punisher and even Daredevil, and they wanted to make sure that you had parental control pins set, so if something falls under that violence subcategory, your kids won't be able to get to it, which is something you'd want them to do anyway, because we want those Netflix shows, and I want super violent episodes like Moon Knight last night, but
yep,
I also want the kids to be able to get into Marvel, because that's the future blood of this fandom, and that's what's going to drive Marvel in the future, and that's why they're putting out shows like Miss Marvel. So it's all good, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below on changing CGI, and if you think this is intended or not. I don't want to discount the senior editor at the Hollywood Reporter. If anyone would know, he would, but also the fact that Marvel just did that and it's still up right now, maybe you agree with my theory. Either way, let's talk about the giveaway stuff.
But yeah, but hey, you know, they do change the bag or not, shit. But hey, if you didn't watch it yet, like I said, dude, you don't want me, hey, you just gotta watch. You hurry up and watch it, but you don't, you just know ain't no blood. It was blood, now ain't no more. Just like that girl got medal, now she got medal, or some shit she got. But yeah though, hey, like it up, sub my channel, y'all. Like up, sub up. Like up, sub up. Alright, peace.